Hey everybody, I'm Shayla Way. I'm really looking forward to our episode today as we dive into our circle of influence and how the circle of influence in our lives really can play a massive part of us achieving our dreams and really living our dream life. And a question I have for you is, have you ever really stopped to consider the people that you surround yourself with? Whether that's the friends, family, colleagues, mentors, everyone who contributes to your life in some way. Well, those are all the influences that, whether you realize it or not, really play a significant role in shaping your beliefs, attitudes, and ultimately your actions. And I find this episode timely because earlier this morning after my workout, I had an opportunity to talk with one of my friends I've made in this class I've been attending. And she asked me a very similar question is, do you ever find it challenging with your circle of influence to really be your authentic self? And I said, absolutely. And that is really a big part of this podcast today is understanding the impact of the circle of influence and how the people we're around ourselves with can really play a role in living the life of our dreams. And what I mean by that is when we're around people that have big goals, they have big dreams, they want to live a big life, it's easy to be really authentic around those types of people. And as humans, we grow, we change, especially if we're really leading a business or a team and we really want big things for our life. Growth is inevitable. And so it was a really fun conversation as we dove into our circle of influence. And it was really cool how we were able to build a connection based on wanting a really big life. And so imagine that you have a dream, a vision of the life you want to live. And perhaps that's starting your own business, it's traveling the world, or writing a book, whatever it may be. Your circle of influence can either propel you toward that dream or hold you back. And positive influences are like fuel for your dreams. They uplift you, inspire you, and believe in your potential even when you doubt yourself. They provide support, encouragement, valuable insights that help you navigate challenges and stay focused on your goals. So conversely, negative influences can be like anchors that weigh you down. They may, seed a little bit of doubt or they kind of plant those fears or insecurities. They might even discourage you from pursuing your dreams, either out of their own limitations or a misguided sense of concern. And they could even drain your energy, distract you from your priorities, and even sabotage your efforts. So, how do we really ensure that our circle of influence aligns with our dreams? Well, first and foremost, it is about awareness. And so, just take a minute to reflect on the people in your life. Are they champions of your aspirations, or do they kind of cast shadows of doubt? And remember, it's not about surrounding yourself with yes types of people, but rather with individuals who challenge you to grow while still believing in your potential. And so awareness is that cornerstone of personal growth and transformation. And when it comes to our circle of influence, awareness allows us to recognize the impact that the people around us have in our lives. And it's about understanding their words, actions, energy that help shape our beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors, often in times when we might not even realize it. And if you think about this, how often do we absorb the opinions and perspectives of those closest to us without really even questioning whether they align with our own dreams and aspirations? So, awareness prompts us to pause and reflect, and it encourages us to examine the dynamics of our relationships and ask ourselves, are these relationships nurturing my growth or hindering it? So, becoming aware of our circle of influence requires both introspection and observation. It means paying attention to how we feel when we interact with different people. Do we feel uplifted and inspired? Or do we experience doubt and negativity creeping in? These emotional cues serve as valuable indicators of the impact our relationships have on us. Awareness also extends beyond our immediate interactions to encompass the broader influences in our lives. So it involves critically evaluating the media we consume, the communities we engage with, and the societal norms that shape our worldview. So, are these external influences aligned with our dreams and values, or are they perpetuating limiting beliefs and expectations? Well, the beauty of awareness is that it empowers us to make intentional choices about who we are and what we allow into our sphere of influence. So it enables us to set boundaries and prioritize relationships that support our growth and well-being. And this might mean having those difficult conversations with certain individuals or seeking out new connections that resonate with our aspirations or actively seeking out positive sources of inspiration and knowledge. I had an opportunity to meet with a new coaching client earlier today, and this is exactly what she was looking for. She's running a successful business, but has really found that her circle of influence is so much different with where she's at right now with the growth that she's experienced, that she's realizing that she needs more of those sources in her life. And so I'm really excited to be able to be coaching with her to help her level up and to be able to help her be really aware of the growth that she is experiencing to help her get closer to those dreams. And so ultimately, awareness is the catalyst for transformation. And by shining a light on the dynamics of our circle of influence, we gain the clarity and insight needed to align our relationships with our dreams. And so it's a journey of self-discovery and empowerment, and one that empowers us to cultivate a circle of influence that propels us towards our highest potential. So we don't want to be afraid to, really curate our circles. And that might mean, like I mentioned, having those honest conversations. And when we think about really curating the circle of influences, is it could involve creating better boundaries that are going to protect you from your dreams and your well-being. And curating that circle of influence is about taking that deliberate action to surrounding yourself with the right types of people. And I want you to think about this or life as like a garden, let's say. So if you picture your life as a garden, just as a gardener carefully selects the seeds that they plant and tend to their growth, you have the power to choose who and what you allow into your life. So just as you wouldn't want weeds to overrun your garden, you don't want negative influences to overshadow your dreams. So we really want to take inventory of the people in our life and evaluate how they contribute to your overall well-being and aspirations. Okay. And once we've identified some of those areas, it's really time to take action. And so that might mean setting boundaries, like I mentioned, or having those conversations. Sometimes it's even distancing ourselves from people that no longer serve your growth. And on my last podcast, I talk about the power of intention. And I think that this also really ties into the circle of influence as well. Is, do we have an intention about who and why we're spending time with certain people? And so that self-awareness is really key in this process. And so what kind of influences do we really want to surround ourselves with? And I also, on a positive side, is what qualities do you admire in others, and how can you attract some of those qualities into your life? And I also just wanted to bring up the intention about social media or media in general when it comes to that being part of our circle of influence. Are we intentional about the media that we're consuming and the content that we're engaging with? And whether that is books or podcasts, social media, or news outlets, choosing sources that are going to uplift and inspire you and that challenge you to grow and expand around your horizons. In our digital age world today, media surrounds us at every turn. And whether it's books we're reading or, like I mentioned, the podcast, The content that we engage with has a profound impact on our thoughts, attitudes, and ultimately our actions. So consider for a moment the types of media that you consume on a daily basis. Are they uplifting and inspiring? Or do they sort of bring out some of that negativity and self-doubt? Or are they even aligning with the dreams and the values that you have for yourself? So when we think about creating our circle of influence, is also being intentional about the media that we're exposing ourselves to. So just as you would choose your friends and mentors wisely, you too should choose your media sources with care. So seeking out content that resonates with your aspirations and interests, and whether it's books that offer valuable insights into personal development, podcasts hosted by inspiring thought leaders, or even documentaries that expand your horizon, choose media that empowers and lifts and uplifts you. And at the same time, being mindful of the negative influences that can sort of creep into the media diet, paying attention to how certain content makes you feel. Does it leave you feeling motivated and inspired, or does it leave you feeling drained and discouraged? So remember that curating your media intake isn't about burying your head in the sand or ignoring the complexities in the world. It's just about being selective and discerning, choosing content that enriches your life and aligns with your goals. Now, additionally, don't underestimate the power of community in the digital space. Social media platforms and online forums can also be really powerful tools for connecting with like-minded individuals that share passions and aspirations. Seeking out communities and groups that maybe foster positivity, support, and growth, engaging in meaningful conversations, sharing your experiences, and really having the opportunity to learn from others who are on a similar journey towards living their dreams. So ultimately, bringing that intention about the media you consume can help create a virtual circle of influence that reinforces your goals and inspires you to take action towards realizing your dreams. So as we navigate the landscape, the large landscape of media in the digital age, remember the power of choice, choosing content that empowers and uplifts you, that aligns with your dreams and values. Your media diet has the potential to shape your mindset and influence your journey towards living the life of your dreams. So in creating your circle of influence, remember that it is a continuous process. So as you evolve and grow, so too will your network of relationships. Being open to new connections, embrace diversity, and stay committed to surrounding yourself with positivity and inspiration. So as you continue to embark on this journey of being really intentional with your circle of influence, remember the power that you have and the power of the influence that can help really create a life filled with purpose, passion, and fulfillment. In living the life of your dreams, remember that it's not a solitary journey. It's a collaborative effort shaped by the people and influences that we allow into our lives. So by cultivating a positive circle of influence, one that supports, challenges, and inspires us, we can propel ourselves closer to our dreams and create a life of fulfillment and purpose. So thanks again for joining me on this episode of your Dream Coach podcast. Remember that your dreams are within reach and your circle of influence can help you reach them. If you like today's episode, please share on your social media platforms, subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. And until then, next time, keep dreaming big and living boldly.